Welcome to Mallory Park. It's round 5 of the Thundersport GB Championships for 2017, and it's time now for the A&R Racing Continental Pre-National 600 Sport and Freshman. This class for 600 riders that perhaps haven't quite got to that elite level yet, that haven't got a national licence, and a few rookies out there as well with orange bibs on. It's not particularly pleasant weather that we've been treated to here. These guys have been out, they've been sent back, they've got their wet tyres on, and we are ready to go racing here at Mallory. Number 47 at the front of the grid, championship leader Zach Ultram by quite a distance after yesterday's results. Here he is getting the whole shot into turn 1. He is 122 points clear, and we are now at the halfway stage of the season, so you would fancy Zach Ultram at the moment to hang on to that advantage. Yesterday he was challenged by Pete Ritchie's number 64, who had a brilliant day, and Alan Brooks, number 119, who now goes into the lead, was also not too bad either. A 6th and a 5th for him. Brooks was 3rd in both races yesterday. So up we go around the S's. And although it's raining, it's not completely wet on the track surface at the moment. A few riders here just jostling for positions up at Shaw's Hairpin. We are back at Mallory Park for the first time in 3 years, and it's Brooks that leads from Ultram. 3rd therefore, number 24. That is Lee McLaughlin. On to the start-finish straight. And it's just a question in this championship at the moment, Sid, can anybody stop Zach Ultram from winning overall? Because Paul McDonald, who was 2nd in the championship coming into this weekend, had a terrible day yesterday. It doesn't look like he's going to be featuring on the podium here today either, so Mallory perhaps not his favourite, and it's just giving Zach Ultram a chance to clear off.
Very consistent, isn't he, Zach? And he seems to know when he's off, you know. Discretion being the best part of valour, and takes the opportunity to hit the front when somebody makes a mistake. He really is doing it properly, to be fair. He's, you know, quite an accomplished rider. And but it's a good championship, this. Very pleased with this championship. And the ideal precursor for jumping up to the 600 Sportsman Elite class.
What is really nice about this class is watching the freshmen coming through, because in the freshman championship, those guys obviously are starting out. You'll see them with the orange bibs. Number 24 is the most notable in this race at the moment, in 2nd place behind Alan Brooks. These guys are fighting for freshman championship, but they're getting closer and closer now to the actual top end of this and fighting for outright race wins. And here you see a good example up the inside, beautifully done there by McLaughlin, who's currently 3rd in the pre-national 600 freshman. He's just behind AJ McDaniel and Michael Coxon in the points overall. We've got so many pre-national 600s here this weekend that there's a 2 from 3 race format. Everybody gets 2 races. Races 1 and 2 here featuring the championship protagonists, if you like. So it is McLaughlin that leads from Zach Ultram there in 2nd place, and Alan Brooks. So Zach Ultram now up into 2nd. Liam Dale, number 89, is just in 4th place. Liam, yesterday, perhaps didn't have one of his better days. He got a 6th in race 2, but he wasn't able to find himself in the top 6 in race 1. There he is.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me that 600s are dead in the water. Well, not here at Thundersport GB, they're not. They are alive, well and kicking. For all they're worth, because we got sort of between 150 and 170 600s at each round of various classes. So you know, we're loving the 600 class here.
Number 21, Stephen Thomas, is another freshman rider there. Look on his Triumph, the red and black machine, orange bib on, who's currently 4th in the freshman standings and is fighting here for race wins. So the rain spots are helping out 1 or 2 riders here. Alan Brooks is just sinking a bit in these last couple of laps, but it's McLaughlin from Ultram, your top 2, then Liam Dale, then Thomas. There's Alan Brooks. Alan Brooks is now coming under pressure though from Sean Kenyon, number 75. Sean Kenyon, who isn't actually inside the top 10 of the championship overall, but didn't have a bad day yesterday here at Mallory. He had 2 4th-place finishes, so he might just find himself in the top 10 of the championship by the end of this weekend. But McLaughlin here, in a world of his own. He's having a great run out. The number 24 hails from Leeds on his 600 there. Championship leader Zach Altram just behind him, number 47. He's from Manchester.
There's 1 or 2 bikes I noticed, Steve, on the grid that came out on drives just for the chance effect. You'll see them sort of falling away down the back of the grid. Some no doubt will come in and say no, bugger that. But this, you know, if it doesn't rain anymore, of course it will dry up. They may come back into their own. So it's a matter of watching for the quick lap timers, you know, right at the end of the race, as I say, as long as it doesn't rain anymore, which is not at the moment.
Into turn 1 we go. Gerard's corner. With it being declared a wet race, you are effectively...
I say that has just started to drizzle.
You are deciding what tyres that you want to go on. And it is at the moment McLaughlin that has this advantage still over Zach Altram, but the rest of them are catching. Sean Kenyon there has done a great job. He's up into 2nd place. Look out also for Pete Ritchie's in that group from Gosport, number 64, flying through. Oh, straight down the road there for Will Harper. There's his teammate, number 45, Chris Curtis. You can just rejoin a little further round into the S's. McLaughlin's lead, is it going to be short-lived? 2nd place there for Zach Altram. 3rd now for Sean Kenyon. Then it's number 21, Stephen Thomas. Just in the background there he is, number 64, orange bib on. Great job here being done by the triumph of Pete Ritchie's. He had 2 2nd-place finishes yesterday. Look at him.
Blimey, what is going on?
He's absolutely firing round here. He's in the early 59s, late 58s. It's only 4 seconds off the lap record.
I thought he'd found some rails round Gerard's there.
He is the man on the move. They're just coming up to lap Carl Seaton, just in case you're confused as to that bike being there. Liam Warren is in the mix now as well, number 58. Lee McLaughlin then manages to find a way past and into the lead. This is actually turning into quite a decent race. 2nd place, Sean Kenyon. Oh, Zach Altram as well. And the poor back markers here are getting a right pasting through Shaw's hairpin. McLaughlin it is that leads from Sean Kenyon now then. Kenyon has climbed up from, what, 8th or 9th place? And Knight just challenged for the lead. As they go across the line, they're swerving all over the place. Brilliant racing here in the pre-national sport 600s. There is number 64 again, Pete Ritchie's, who is carving through the pack.
Again. You watch this, like, he just, it's a shame. Just the way he picks up and gets on the power out of Ritchie's, unbelievable. No, not Ritchie's, what am I talking about? His name's Ritchie's, of course. Out of Gerard's is unbelievable.
Yeah, wrong circuit. Ritchie's at Snetterton,
I know.
Pete Ritchie's, we know what you mean. Shout out also to King San Ho, number 300. He is up into the top 8 overall, so good result coming for him. But this is the scrap we want to see, and that was close. Lee McLaughlin there, just getting caught up with Pete Ritchie's, and that's lost him some time. In fact, he's down to 4th. Kenyon it is that leads this one. But the man on the move is Pete Ritchie, 2nd in both races yesterday.
Wow.
He is in a world of his own as he crosses the line here. That lap there for Pete Ritchie's. Wow, he is flying. He really is flying. Up the inside he goes. This is going to be such a great weekend for Ritchie's. He was 8th. Oh dear, that didn't sound very good. Who's that gone down? A couple of riders. One of them's the championship leader. That is Zach Altram who's gone down. You don't see that very often. Liam Dale's gone down as well, I think. Yeah, they've both gone down together. Well, that's the first mistake we've seen from Zach Altram.
Commentator's curse, that's my fault.
But just talking about Pete Ritchie's again, coming into this weekend, he doesn't feature in the top 10 of the actual pre-national championship overall because he's actually 8th in the pre-national 600 freshman championship. Coming under fire now from Kenyon once more, but 2 2nd places yesterday. A potential race win here. And Pete Ritchie's could rocket himself into the top 10 of the championship overall. What a brilliant ride this has been so far. The checker flag is out then. Brilliant stuff. And a race win for Pete Ritchie's here at Mallory Park, just ahead of Sean Kenyon. Championship leader Zach Altram out. Stephen Thomas was third, Lee McLaughlin fourth, Alan Brooks was fifth, and Liam Warren in sixth place overall. So the pre-national sport class podium, Sean Kenyon there from Alan Brooks and Liam Warren. And in the freshman, Pete Ritchie's, he won the race outright. There he is, up ahead of Stephen Thomas and Lee McLaughlin. We'll be back with race 2 in just a few moments. Let's see if we get a repeat of race 1 with Ritchie's and Kenyon.
Continental, get the grip.
Race 2 on the grid here at Mallory Park, round 5 of the championship for 2017. On pole position there is number 58, Liam Warren. Second, championship leader Zach Altram, who uncharacteristically fell in race 1. Didn't quite see all of the incidents, so it's hard to say whether or not Zach Altram here and Liam Warren got tangled up or whose fault it was. It doesn't really matter. But let's see how it all fares. Pete Ritchie's there, he's having a brilliant weekend. 2 second places yesterday and a race win earlier in the wet conditions. How will he fare here in race 2? Second row there, 119 Alan Brooks, 75 Sean Kenyon. Couple of riders there, just slightly creeping on the line as the lights went out, but I think they might be alright. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Into turn 1 we go. Zach Altram it is, with the advantage, number 47. He won't want to throw it down the road. Luckily for him, the crash that he had in race 1 hasn't affected him too much in the championship, because Paul McDonald, who's second overall, only managed 8th. Alan Brooks it is, though, once more, who leads the way. A couple of riders going very, very wide. That is Paul McDonald, in fact, who left it really late to break into Ed Wiener's.
Pete Ritchie's actually barged his way through there on the inside of the exit there of Ed Wiener's as well.
I think we're going to be seeing a bit more of Pete Ritchie's over the next few rounds. Whether it's just this circuit he knows or he clicks with, it's hard to say, but let's see how he gets on.
Cadwell, didn't he, Steve, actually, as well? He was coming on fairly strong there. But it just looks like it's clicking for him over and over again. Maybe he's got the bike set up right. It just feels comfortable on the machine, I think.
There is Paul McDonald, second in the championship, but the guys behind him in the championship are closing all the time. The likes of Jeremy Watson, Liam Warren. In fact, Liam Warren, who was on pole, has, courtesy of the first 3 races, moved up to third overall in the championship, but that is going to rage on for some time because there's not a lot in it. In this race, we have Alan Brooks, Liam Warren and Pete Ritchie's, your top 3. Ritchie's, of course, the novice of the group here. There he is. I don't care what anyone says, I do love a plain black bike with black leathers and a black helmet. It just looks mean. There is Will Harper, number 11. He's just up ahead of Sean Kenyon. So maybe that crash from Zach Altram earlier has just got him thinking in the early stages of this race. Not quite as aggressive as we usually see him. There he is, number 47 now. White bike, green front mudguard. He's just ahead of Paul McDonald, actually his championship rival on circuit. Maybe just waiting for those tyres to come to him. Around Gerrards we go, onto the Steppy Straight. Alan Brooks led in race 1 but fell back. Will he suffer the same fate? Just braking there late is Liam Warren in second place. The 2 triumphs there. In fact, all 3 of these are triumphs, aren't they? So we've got a Triumph Triple Challenge at the front here of the,
excuse the pun,
pre-national sports 600s.
Well, of course, as you and I were talking about yesterday, Triumph are going to feature pretty large in the Motul 2 Championship at World Championship level. So you know, I got a funny feeling you'll get a bit of a run-on effect in, you know, this kind of racing as well. Although they won't be doing the 675 anymore, there are an awful lot of 675s around that were sold, and I think you'll find a lot of people will be grabbing them because they do develop the power nicely, Steve.
Yeah, a lot of people that ride them love them. A lot of people have moved up to classes. The other thing is about them, of course, because they are a triple, as we see a lovely move there from Pete Ritchie's, who goes into the lead. He's had one race win, he's had the taste of victory, he wants another. They're a lot slimmer, aren't they, than your normal 600s?
They are,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah. So they don't deck out, that's
no,
what you mean.
So they're far more nimble. Not a lot of difference in terms of weight compared to the others, but it's just generally...
Well, arguably they should be a bit less. You know, with one less cylinder, you know, arguably, but then the pistons will be bigger, I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right, but with all the new MotoGP style, you know, knees and elbows down now these days, you know, it's getting progressively harder to have an even steeper lean angle, isn't it, without decking out those engine covers.
I do wonder how it's going to fare for some of the taller riders, because, you know, it doesn't take someone too big to make a Triumph look small.
I know, yeah.
They are...
To get behind it, you mean?
Yeah, but hey, oh dear, straight on there. Well, that was Alan Brooks, who's just gone straight on. He will rejoin, but unfortunately, he's pretty much removed himself from contention further back down the order. There's the couple of R6s, number 16 and number 15, Leon Wilton and Joseph Addy. Zach Ultram is slowly but surely working his way back now, so maybe his tyres are up to temperature again. There he is, he's just gone up to third, ahead of Sean Kenyon. So Zach Ultram, now he's got himself fired up again, is back into podium position. The good news for him, of course, is that Pete Ritchie's doesn't really affect him directly in the championship at the moment. Liam Warren, who's currently in second in this race, well, he's, as it stands third overall in the championship, but he is quite some way down on Zach Ultram in the standings. Breaking now into Ed Wiener's Pete Ritchie's, who had 2 seconds yesterday, a first this morning. Another win here, and he'll take 90 out of a possible 100 points here from Mallory Park.
Yeah, that's quite a lump, isn't it?
Well, it is, considering he's not in the top 10 of the championship, and 10th coming into this weekend was Chris Lavisher on 71.
As you said, he is 8th in the freshman championship, which has got to be his goal to try and win that, hasn't it? You know, coming into this round, he was 8th in the freshman points. That's got to be his goal to win that championship.
Well, he's quite a way down on that. I mean, Michael Coxon, coming into this weekend, had a 197 point advantage over...
Yeah, but when you're already talking about him picking up like 90 points,
yeah, true.
I mean, it is phenomenal, isn't it?
He certainly puts himself...
And of course he does get sporting points, which is, as you sort of obviously pointed out there, and it would be unlikely he'd ever catch Zach. But it's really funny, like there's Zach marching away with the championship effectively, and then suddenly marching in comes a new lad who just, it starts to click and takes the racing to him, which is good for us because it means, you know, good competition.
So the freshmen definitely score points in the main pre-national 600.
They do, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be seeing his name appear shortly. The last lap flag is out. He's got this one in the bag. It's going to be 2 wins here today for Pete Ritchie's. Liam Warren, however, in second place. We've got a yellow flag waving there, so we've lost someone here in the closing stages. Callum Scott has gone walkies. Liam Warren in second place is coming under attack from championship leader Zach Ultram. Liam will want to try and finish ahead of him. And in the background there, he's just ahead of him at the moment, but that will go down to Shaw's hairpin.
Look at him. He just is so comfortable. He just feels like he can do anything with that bike.
Rookie vest on, although you wouldn't believe it the way he's riding. I should just point out as well, they're lapping in their mid 54s. Still Lee Williams holds the lap record in the pre-national 600s here. It's not going to get beaten, but it is going to be a brilliant weekend. Pete Ritchie's has the weekend of his life. Another win for him. Second for Zach Ultram. He does just get ahead of Liam Warren there on the line. That off a straight Liam a little. Sean Kenyon was 4th, Will Harper 5th, Alan Brooks in 6th. Second in the championship, Paul McDonald, by the way, was down in 9th place ahead of Jeremy Watson, who coming into this weekend was 3rd, but is surely now going to lose that to Liam Warren when we get a look at the points in a moment. So in the sport class, Zach Ultram the winner from Liam Warren and Sean Kenyon. But Pete Ritchie's is the man of the day. Brilliant stuff from him. There he is on the podium ahead of Lee McLaughlin and Stephen Thomas. 47, Zach Ultram it is then, well in charge of the championship. Paul McDonald still in 2nd. Liam Warren has moved into 3rd. Watson 4th. Alan Brooks 5th. And Will Harper in 6th place. Michael Coxon it is that leads there in the freshman. Pete Ritchie's has climbed all the way up to 5th place overall. That's it from us here then at Mallory Park. We will see you, hopefully it'll be a bright sunshiny day at the Rockingham.